Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining our Windward webinar today. My name is Jennifer, and I'll be your moderator for today's presentation. At the end of the presentation, we will be taking questions, so you'll want to make sure you write the questions into the question box. Anything that we're not able to address during the webinar, we can answer offline afterwards. You can email your questions to support@windwardsoftware.com. And don't forget, if you need to leave or you want to rewatch the presentation, it will be available on our website at www.windwardsoftware.com/webinars. Today, our presenter is Annabelle. She has been with Windward Software for over 5 years, and we'll be discussing sell-through allowances. So without further ado, let's get started.
All right, thanks, Jennifer. Good afternoon, everyone. As what Jennifer has said, I will be the speaker for today's webinar regarding sell-through allowances. What are the things that we'll be discussing today? So that includes how to set up sell-through allowances and how to use the STA or the sell-through allowance feature in System 5. So first thing first is what are sell-through allowances? So sell-through allowances are rebates the manufacturer gives to the seller if a sale is made during a certain time period in order to increase sales. To access the sell-through allowance setup page, we will be following the navigator menu path, which is Setup Wizard, Inventory, sell-through allowances. So once you actually click on that, you will get this page right here, wherein you can see the different options. What we'll be doing now is we'll go directly to the live demonstration, and at the same time, I'll be explaining the different options. So let's go and go to the live demo. So this is where we click on Setup Wizards. It's under Setup Tools, Setup Wizard, and then we will look for inventory. So under inventory, we'll scroll down and look for the sell-through allowances. So here, to enable the sell-through allowances is we need to tick this box right here, enable sell-through allowances. So the next option would be this box right here, allow salespeople to include sell-through allowances in invoice costs and margins. This option will instruct the System 5 to include sell-through allowances in invoice costs and margins if you want the salespeople to see the net promo cost and margin when creating the invoice. The next option right here that you need to set is the default clearing account for the STA. So this is actually an asset. So from my end, I have set it as 1022. So this default clearing account, so this is where the STA value that will be posted, and in conjunction with the cost of the goods sold, this will be offset with the value removed from the inventory ledger account. So when the STA billing is performed, the SA amounts which are accumulated in the STA clearing account that you have set will be moved to the AR or AP ledger account to wait for the manufacturer's payment based on the manufacturer's billing method selected. So before you enter the default clearing account, you just need to make sure that this ledger or this asset ledger has already been created under the general ledger. The next is lookup word for STA billing invoices. So what I have set right here is STA. So you can set any lookup word that you want. So this lookup word, you'll be entering a lookup word that will automatically be assigned to the STA billing invoices when created. So this will allow you to run AR aging reports filtered by this lookup word. So for my case, it's STA, to isolate just STA related outstanding billing invoices. The next one is billing invoice subtype. So this is where you can select an invoice subtype from the drop-down choice list. So right now I selected as STA. So with this option, so this particular invoice subtype will be automatically attached to the STA billing invoices and will allow you to create invoice report that will, with detail and profit analysis for all sales invoices with the STA subtype. So you can filter it by the subtype that you have selected when you run an invoice report. But before you could actually select the subtype from here, you actually need to create the subtype first, and that is from the setup tools, printing options, invoice setup, subtypes. So from here, I have created STA subtype under S. So once you have created the subtype somewhere around here, they will then be showing from the drop down list and under the billing invoice subtype. So the next would be tax on sell-through rebate, income AR only. So this is where you can check the taxes to be applied on the STA rebate billing invoice to the manufacturer. So whichever is the tax that you have that you wanted to set, so you will see all the taxes that you have set up, and then you can select which tax applies to the sell to the STA rebate billing invoices. All right, so next option is allow future STAs to be viewed and put on estimates or work order for number of days, 0 for none. So this is where you can enter a value for the number of days into the future. The system will look for STAs that have not yet started. All right, so the next one option right here, which is currently checked, is automatically select STAs on invoices when only one STA is available. So that option will automatically detect and select the STA unless there are more than one STAs available on the same part. So this option is normally enabled. The next one is force STA to be selected on invoices. So this option will force to select STAs on invoices. So when you add an item with sell-through allowance, so there will be a pop-up. Like let's say if there are a lot of STAs on the same part, so there will be a pop-up window wherein it will ask you to select the STA. And this is also normally enabled. And the other option is allow STA on a work order. So this, when checked, as you can see, sell-through allowances can be processed for work orders. And as well as if you wanted the this option right here, allow STA for work orders on work order date. So this option will instruct the System 5 to allow STA to be applied to invoices where the work order date falls within the STA period. So you can only check this option once this option above right here, allow STA on work orders, has been checked. So the other option is allow expired STA on invoice. So you can check this option if, let's say, for example, the the STA is still within the date range when it was a work order. However, it takes time for you to flip the work order to an accounts receivable because it takes time to ship the item. So let's say you only flip the invoice or the work order to accounts receivable after 6 months, and on that date the STA already expired. So since the STA is within the date range when it was still a work order, then the system will allow this expired STA on the invoice. So allow expired STA on invoice when going to complete invoice, which is AR invoice. All right, so the other option right here is STAs can be assigned to specific customers only. So you have the option to assign a specific or attach a specific STA to customers. So if a customer is attached, so that STA applies only to them. So if you wanted to do that option, you can check this box right here. So, and the last one is manufacturer billing. So if you wish to include retail price in the line description on the billing, then you can check this option as well. So we'll proceed with the default accounting method. So within System 5, we do have two um, default accounting methods. So one is reduce cost of goods, which is commonly used in Canada, and the second option is post as income, which is used in the United States. So I'll just show you the difference later on the when we create a sale. We'll select first the first option, which is reduce cost of goods. Uh, goods. The second one right here that we have is manufacturer billing method. So we do have this five options, but they are all this AR and AP. They are just divided into detail and then consolidated. So the AR detail invoice, so that will actually show one line per sale of the STA product with sale invoice number on the STA rebate or billing invoice to the manufacturer. So under the description, it will show the item number or the part number, the invoice number, and then the customer. So as well as the eBay detail credit, so it will also show the same, which is the item number, the invoice number, and then the customer. So the AR and the AP consolidated, both though they will only shows one line with total quantity of all the STA rebates on billing invoice if it's the AR consolidated invoice to the manufacturer, and if it's the AP consolidated bill, so it'll show one line with the total quantity of all the STA rebates on bill to the manufacturer or the supplier. So this variable in here, like the last option, so this will allow you to choose either AR invoices or AP credit bill to be used for the STA rebates, because the four ones, if you will select AR detail invoice, so will only be allowed to bill through AR detail by creating the AR invoice. And if it's AP detail credit, it will only be allowed to um, bill through the AP bill. And if it's AR consolidated, it only allows you, it will show the create bill, but it's grayed out. So it will only allow you to bill to AR, and the same with AP. But with variable, it will allow you to select either one. So let's start with AR detail invoice for now. So we can close this. So the next step would be to create the sell through allowances on the item. So there are actually two options to do that. It's either from the when you click on promotions and sell through allowance, you click on sell through allowance billing. So from here you have the option to add the sell through. So you select the part. So let me just look for a part right here. So like let's say this one. Okay, so from here, build to is required. So since we have selected the option, which is the AR um, detailed credit, so you will be asked to find a customer. So if that is the option that you'll be selecting, you need to create a customer record of that supplier. So I have created a customer record of the suppliers I have here, STA Alpine Distributors. So that will be the bill to. And also, when you create the sell through for your item, you need to specify the start and end date. So let's say it ends April 30. All right, so from here you have the option to add a retail discount and a cost rebate. And the retail discount, you also have three options. You can either, it's a retail discount dollar value, it could be a percentage, or it could be a new price. The same with the cost rebate, it could be a dollar value, it could be a cost rebate percentage or a new cost entirely. So like say for example, this item we have 50% this not percent but $50 retail discount, and we have a rebate of cost rebate of 100. So as you can see from here, it's showed credit ledger account. So the option that you have selected under the accounting method is reduce the cost of goods. So that's the reason why it showed in here is the credit ledger account is the cost ledger of this item. So if you will be selecting the post into income, what will be in here is the income ledger of this part number. And as the other one right here, which is the debit ledger account, is the STA clearing account, which is an asset account. So from here, add on part, this is an optional we're in. Let's say, for example, you have a retail discount and you don't want the price to be automatically changed and you just wanted another line that will show the discount. So this is where you can add the part. Like, let's say, for example, discount, you created like a non-inventory part. So click on discount. So then it will show right here and it will add another line when you add the part to the invoice. So let's say we click on OK on that. Let's say we add that. So if we click on view, that should be now created. So we have the I have others right here. So we have the STA. So this is the one that we have created. So, all right. So once we have created the sell-through allowance, we can then add it to the invoice. And as what I've said earlier, there's also another way of adding it. Aside from here, you also have the option to add the sell-through allowance from the item inventory. So you go to the item, and there is an option to click on sell-through allowances. So from here, you can track all the sell-through allowances of this part, and you also have the option to add. So when you click on add, you'll be redirected to the same page. So, all right, so let's say we add an invoice. So let's start with a work order. Let me just find a customer. Okay, and then we add the part. So okay, so there actually as you can see, there is a prompt, as what I've said earlier, that you'll be forced to select the sell-through allowance. If there is only one sell-through allowance for one part, it will automatically detect and it will automatically add the sell-through allowance on the invoice. So from here, it showed there's another one right here without the bill too. So we'll select this one, the one that you have created. So you click on OK. So as you can see, it adds another line, which is the discount in here. So instead of changing your price, it just add a discount, the retail discount on another line. So okay, so once you're ready to bill that STA, you just need to go to promotions and sell-through allowance billing, and you just need to click on view. You have the option to filter it by the the bill to or the supplier. So we have in here the, like, let's say this is the one that you wanted to bill. So we can okay on that. So this is where you can bill the sales. So you just need to click on, you can see the sales right here. This is a record. So you just need to click on create AR invoice. So from here, you have the option to create a new AR invoice, and you also have the option to add to an existing AR invoice. So let's say, for example, you already have another invoice for the sell-through billing before, and you just wanted them to be like consolidated on one invoice, so you can select add to existing AR invoice. For now, let me just create a new one. All right, so this is how it looks like. So it will show you the part, the STA, the part number, the invoice number, and there is a customer right here. This we just can't see, but yeah, there's a customer right there. So it's the same with AP. So if AP has been selected, what will show in here is create AP bill, and then it will have the same option, or like when you bill it, it will have the same um, information. So it will show the part, it will show the part number under the description, the invoice number, and the customer. So let's try the consolidated one. I think we're out of. Um, okay, so let's try the consolidated option. So let me just go back. So let's say we wanted the AP consolidated. Let's try AP because we tried AR before. So let's try AP, and then click on close, and let's do it again. We need to create a new one in because the bill to will be supplier this time. So we need to create a new one for that. So let's say this one 18. So just have the date for today. So when you click on bill to, it will ask you to look for a supplier. So let me use the Alpine distributor. So let's say we don't have a retail discount. We only have like a rebate of 100. So let me close this one. Let's create an invoice. All right, and let's add that part that we have added with the sell through allowance. All right, select the serial number, click on OK. All right, so there are um it will show you all the STA. So this the other third one, because this is bill to supplier through a bill. So all right, so that's that. And okay, and then once you're ready to bill it, so we will, let's say we filter it by uh, let me just delete that, and let's just have it all. Okay, so we have this. Uh, is this the one? Let me just take a look. Let me just close that first. And let's open it again because we have selected a new option. So because we have selected the consolidated, so the difference will be is that it will show you like a billing option right here. So like let's say we select that. So it will show you create invoice, but it's grayed out because the option that you have selected is to create bill. So we have the create bill Alpine distributor. So we will be doing the Alpine. So like let's say for example, there are a lot of STAs right here for Alpine distributors. When you bill it, you create bill and Alpine distributor. So what it will do is it will show you like the ledger for the STA, and then under the description, it only has the STA and then the part and then the quantity and the price. So it doesn't have any detailed information unlike the other one, like the detailed options. It will show you the total quantity of the part and then the amount. So that's the consolidated. In the variable, if you enable the variable, what will happen is it will show you create invoice, create bill. It will allow you to do both. So you can select right here when you select create invoice, STA Samsung will be enabled, and then bill as well. So that's the variable. So you can do either one of those options. So I also wanted to show you the posting, like, because we have selected the it will reduce the cost of the goods, right? So you would take a look at the posting. Right now it will show as not posted because this is still a work order, but if once this has been flipped, this is still the same posting. So as you can see, we have the STA clearing posting right here, um, which this will be cleared when the STA has been billed. And you can also see that there is a STA posting to, or not, STA right here is a description, but it was posting to the cost ledger. So there are like two cost ledger right here. So this one is the rebate, and then this one right here is the actual cost of the item. So the this one right here, the rebate is on the credit side, and then the actual costs on the debit side. So when you take a look at the actual posting to the cost, instead of 350, it becomes 250. So if it is posted to an income, what will happen on the posting is instead of a cost ledger, it will have in here the income ledger, and it will be posting under the credit side. So it will add to the income. So let me see, do we still have time to show that? Let me see here. Okay, so let's just try one last time for that. I just wanted to show you the post as income. So let's see here. Let's go back to the STA, and instead of reduce cost of goods, we'll try post as income. And let me close that. So we need to create a new one. So let's select an item. So let's see, let's try this. So from here, we will be selecting the supplier because it's consolidated supplier. So, all right. And then from here, so let's say there's a cost rebate of 100. So as you can see under the credit ledger account, it showed the income ledger instead of the cost ledger. So this is the STA income amount. So let's close this. And close that. Let's create an invoice. I'll just show you the posting and see what happens if it is post to income. Okay. All right, so this one. Okay, so let's exit. Let's open it just to show the posting side. Let me see, it's the. All right, so if you take a look at the posting, so this is post to income. So there are two posting to the income. So one is the actual income, which is 699, and the other one is this is the cost rebate. So the cost rebate is posting to the income ledger. All right, so I think that would end my discussion for today with regard to the sell through allowance. So Jem, do we still have time for the question and answer?
We're running close, but we got a couple questions here. So
Mm.
if the viewers want to enter your questions, now we can address them afterwards. We'll get in touch with you after the presentation. I know there are some here already that I think will be better addressed afterwards. I do have a
Mm.
question here from Sally. Oh, what just happened to my screen? Technical difficulties. What date range do you use on the STA screen? Does the date range need to include the date of the AR work order or the date of the AR invoice?
And not necessarily though that it will include the AR. That's actually the purpose of the option that I have shown earlier, wherein you include expired STAs on. That is actually when you flip. Let me just show you that option. So the date range is actually the date range when the STA is valid. Like let me just go back right here. Sell through allowances. So this one, allow expired STA on invoice. So this was actually added as an option um, for you guys to be able to allow expired STA. So the expired STA is when the work order was flipped to like accounts receivable, because there are some instances that it takes a while before the item can be shipped. So it takes a while before the work order can be flipped to an accounts receivable. So STA might be expired. So with this option, even if the accounts receivable date is no longer within the STA date range, then it will still accept it, because the when the invoice was still a work order, the STA is within the date range still.
Okay, and while you're still on that screen, Annabelle, we had a question right in the beginning. Does the allow salesperson need to be checked for this to work? So the second option there.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay. This one though is not necessarily like that you need to do so. It's just this is just like an option if you want like the salespeople to include or to see that the sell-through allowances will be showing like the like if they wanted to see the invoice cost and margin include the sell-through allowance, then you can check this. But um it's not the same as the other option we're in, like this one right here, that this is actually needs to be enabled, so that you need to be forced to select the STA. So this is like an optional option.
Okay, great. Thanks so much. And I'll just get one more question in before we end up. This one's from Shelley. She wanted to know, do you get the monthly STA from the supplier directly?
What do you mean? Like we or them or
Our customers, the people using System 5.
like what do you mean monthly? Like they're getting billed or what was that? Like can you repeat the question though? Like
It
will they be?
says, do you get the
Mhm.
monthly STA from the supplier directly? So I'm assuming, um,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they're asking if they will get it. Yes, yeah, you will get the SA from your supplier. So they will be, they will be providing you with like let's say for example the date range when the STA is valid. So they will be giving you guys those information like the cost rebate and all that stuff. So it will be coming from your supplier or your manufacturer.
Okay, great. That is all the time we have for questions. So if you guys still have some questions, please email us support@windwardsoftware.com and we can definitely get those answered for you. And there are some here in the list that I'll have Annabelle reach out to you and help you guys with. Our next webinar is on April 21st, and we'll be discussing PCI compliance. which is super important. So you don't want to miss that one. It's going to be really great. And if you want to rewatch this presentation, it will be available shortly on our website, windwardsoftware.com/webinars. So thank you for joining us, and thank you, Annabelle, for this presentation. I know it was a lot to go through. We're so grateful for you. So thank you so much, and everyone have a great afternoon.
All right, goodbye everyone.